Thanks very much. What a pleasure to join you tonight for the Action Coach My Business Awards 2012. The distinguished guests here tonight, Dr. Carolyn Hong, CEO of the Small and Medium Enterprise Association of Australia, which I'll hereforth call SMEAA. Matthew Johnson, the Executive Chairman, SMEAA. Justin Gray, Editor of My Business Magazine. And Tim Bailey, you know, 20 years as weatherman, I think that's a record. Actually, the most distinguished guests with us here tonight are the proprietors, owners of the SMEs represented here tonight. And I say that because of the incredible contribution that SMEs make to our national and state economy. In 2011, nearly 2.2 million SMEs existed in Australia, and they contributed about 70% of the employment in this country. So when I say an incredible contribution, it is absolutely massive. And we in the New South Wales government know that around 1/3 of those 2.2 million SMEs are located in New South Wales. But their contribution is not just in economic terms, it's not just in jobs, it's a broader contribution to our way of life and our standard of living in Australia. SMEs compete in a tough environment, I don't need to tell you all that, against big business and against foreign competitors. And because of that competition, what our SMEs do particularly well is provide innovation, which in turn drives productivity. And productivity is the key for our nation in terms of competing in the global marketplace. And our SMEs contribute enormously to our export successes. And again, our standard of living, the balance of payments, all of those trade statistics, it gets down to export. And SMEs truly punch above their weight when it comes to exports. Now I know that this economic contribution that our SMEs make to our nation is built upon inspiration, dedication and sheer hard work. And the old saying goes that success is 1% inspiration and 99% perspiration. And I know our SME proprietors work incredibly hard. They're smart, they're tough, and they're dedicated. And they frequently put it all on the line. I know there are loans, business loans, but even loans against the mortgage, the family home, to back the thought, the idea, the business. And it's an incredible thing to do, which, as I say, ultimately benefits the whole nation. And what about governments? Well, actually, governments contribute very little to the success story of our SMEs. But our government in New South Wales, at least, is trying to make life a little easier for our SMEs. Since we came to office in March last year, we've introduced a jobs action plan which provides payroll tax rebates for every new job. If you're over that threshold, and the threshold's pretty low, it's about 6 on your payroll. For every new job, you get $4,000 back as a rebate on your payroll tax. We've reformed the Occupational Health and Safety Act in New South Wales. It was the most draconian, it was the most union-friendly OH&S Act in the nation, and we've moved to national uniformity despite many protests down Macquarie Street out the back in the Domain. We've also pursued workers' compensation reform to bring down workers' compensation premiums, which are a big cost, we know, to our SMEs. We've set a very ambitious goal of 20% reduction in government red tape annually. I hope we get there, but we are working our way through it. and one that I must mention in the area of red tape reduction is reform in the area of procurement, government procurement, so that SMEs actually have a chance to bid for government contracts. We've appointed a small business commissioner, Yasmin King, to act as an advocate for SMEs with government to drive policy change, and if the government doesn't respond, to actually embarrass the government. We've established a new program called Small Biz Connect, which provides face-to-face support for SMEs, whether it's at the start-up stage or as they mature in their business. And I'm happy to say we've increased the budget for that and our other small business measures by $2.5 million this year. $5 million it was, it's now $7.5 million. This against the backdrop of financial austerity in the New South Wales government. So I hope you know this is a priority for us. We're investing big time in infrastructure, and I know that infrastructure makes a difference to business, to drive down your costs through increased transport productivity or the other essential services that you need. And next week we'll announce a pretty ambitious infrastructure program to get the state of New South Wales moving again. We've also consulted with industry generally through 6 industry task forces to drive policy reform for the New South Wales government to make the business environment in this state more competitive nationally and indeed globally. Our aim is to make the New South Wales economy #1 again, and can I tell you that Barry O'Farrell and I and Katrina Hodgkinson, who is the Minister for Small Business, understand the importance of SMEs in achieving that goal. Can I acknowledge the information and advocacy role of your association, the SMEAA. And congratulations on 12 months as an association, the anniversary tonight. This is the first association dedicated exclusively to SMEs in Australia, and I have no doubt that it is helping us to further develop and refine policies for SMEs in our state and also nationally. Of course, another important encouragement for our SMEs is to recognise and celebrate the many success stories often achieved against the odds. And that's what tonight is all about. The My Business Awards, the Action Coach My Business Awards 2012. Can I congratulate all the nominees? To be nominated and recognised tonight is a huge achievement and, as I said, significant to our state and national economy. But also congratulate in advance the winners of tonight's award. Thanks for having me on tonight.